Hello. How are you all? Am I visible to everyone? Okay. Okay, so let's begin today's class. Sit up straight on your mat. Join your hands together in front of your heart center. Then close your eyes. We'll begin today's class with 3 Om together. Take a deep breath in. Bend your head forward and pray to the God for today's practice, for today's energy. Open your eyes while blinking. And namaste to everyone. Okay, so yesterday, what did we discuss? We talked about the Vinyasa Flow, that how we could do for our Vinyasa class. Okay, so let's move further today.
Your voice is a little bit faint.
Okay.
Your voice.
Okay. Now, am I audible?
It sounds very, it's very low. Your voice is a bit low. It was okay to start with, maybe.
Okay, so let's do another posture. Any posture would you like me to share or discuss about? Any posture?
Any posture?
Yes.
Oh, I think your voice is coming back.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Voices, is it just me?
Same from my end. I mean,
yeah, me too.
At first, you are okay. I mean, the sounds, your voice is okay. I mean, when we started.
Okay, so let's do chair pose today. Okay, chair pose.
Chair pose. Okay.
Yes, chair pose. So I want to see your chair pose. How do you do? And then we'll go further alignment of the chair pose. Good job, Late. Valeria and Brown, Kate and Dagmar. Okay, we have got only 5 people today. Okay. So this is your chair pose. Just observe the posture that how you are doing in the chair pose. So there we do have limitation in our knee joint because it is stable. So we are supposed to extend it or flex it. So in this chair pose, what do? Are you flexing your knee joint or are you extending your knee joint? We are flexing our knee joint. Okay.
Your video is frozen. It's freezing a little bit.
Yes, today it was raining, so maybe that's the reason like network is unstable.
It's okay now. Good.
Okay, so what I'm saying in chair pose, make sure your knee do not go further than your toes. It should be in line with your ankle so that you will find enough stability in your knee joint. When it moves further, then the limitation of the range of motion of your knee joint, then you will have extension in your ligament on your tendon of your knee joint. Okay, so make sure in the in this chair pose, your knee is always above than your toes or above than your ankle. It does not go further than your toes because we need to find the center of the gravity in the chair pose. So as I see your chair pose, I can see from the sideways. If I see from the front ways, I cannot I cannot say how you are doing. So make sure whenever you're doing chair pose, you're looking from the sideways, not from the front side or the back side. Okay. So have you seen wrench before? Wrench, range, range. Do you know the range? With that we lose the screw. With that we tighten the screw. Okay. So the same like range, it works here. Your it works on your knee. So let's suppose range is there on your knee, and if you're pushing your hips down, then it will be harder to find the balance from the like from from the when you are away from the center of the body. If you are close, I think today internet is going to be just like this.
The internet was fine then. It was okay. We could see you and hear you. We can't see you now.
Okay, okay. All right. So just look at me here in the chair pose. So let's suppose if your knee go further than your toes, your hips will start to move downward towards the floor. Then it will be hard to find the balance because it's very easy for your hips to get down. But when you're here, when your knees are back, when you're lifting your hips above than your knees, then it is very easy to find the balance in the on your knees. Okay, so it works as a range. Range that uh, with that we tighten our screw or loosen the screw. The same like range, we our knees work same like range here. So if your knee is moving downward, then it will be hard to find the balance, and the gravitational force is going to pull you more down towards the floor. If your knee is back and then your hips are above than your knees, then it will be easy to find the balance because here we do have the maximum strength of our thigh bone or thigh muscle. Okay. And then after you have to make 90-degree angle from your leg, from your abdomen and your thigh like this. So here you are here. So now you are going to make 90-degree angle, and from here you are going to make 90-degree angle. So let's suppose you're gonna hold into the chair pose, bend your knees, and then stretch your arms over the head. So many people, what do? They just keep your hips high and then bend forward like this, right? So many people they do just take their hands up and they pull their abdomen. They just push abdomen forward and then hold it like they are making arch their back. So we are supposed to squeeze our hips in, spine straight, and then taking our arms over the ear. Okay. So if somebody have somebody has flat feet, then the center of the gravity is going to pull you towards the center, and then your knee will start to come together. So make sure you're always keeping your feet apart in the chair pose. because we need to have enough stability. We need to have that idle position of our leg. Okay, so make sure your legs are opening according to the hip distance, or what else you can do there in order to bring that more awareness in your inner thighs. You can use the block in between your thighs so that you can squeeze your thighs in, and then you will be more engaged from your inner thigh. Yes, just like her, as Ro is doing, just like, yes, like this. So what you have to do,
We've lost you again.
between your if you have lost again. Now, am I audible?
The last bit I got was putting a block between your feet.
Yes. Just use the block in between your legs in chair pose. And if you want to go for the maximum of info, adjust your spine against the wall, and then bend your knees, stretch your arms over the head. Yes. So what I'm saying that if you are going for the maximum strength of the thighs in chair pose, you can go always against the wall, adjust your spine against the wall, then take a one arm gap, one arm distance from the wall, and then get to the chair pose there. Okay, so I want you to please go near to the wall and then do the chair pose. Yeah, Kate, did you find wall nearby you? No. Okay. Yes. Just take one arm distance from the wall. Yes. And now bend your knees and adjust your hips against the wall. Just go up a little back. And try to extend your arms up over the head and reach up high. So here you are having that support. That's why you can easily hold here into this chair pose. Let's suppose if you do not have wall and you are doing the same chair pose without wall. So here, the same engagement should be same engagement is required to have in the normal chair pose without the wall. Okay. So what is actually happening in this pose? You are trying to extending your leg upward. You are trying to extending your, you are trying to straighten your knees, but you are lowering your hips down. Like you are resisting your like you are resisting that gravitational force, right? So this is something happening in this pose. You're trying to extending your leg high. Let's suppose if you just keep bending your knees, then you will all the way sit up. If you just all the way sit up, you will, if you just keep on bending your knees. But here, what you're trying to do, you're trying to engage your thigh muscles so that you can hold there for long period of time. Okay, this is something that we need to have in the chair pose. So just look at Ro, that how she is doing. Look at her leg, like lower leg and then upper leg, that is making nice 90-degree angle. And her thigh bone and her abdomen, that is also making 90-degree angle. So make sure you're making 90-degree angle from both sides, from your front side and then back side. And then just then after just imagine one straight line from our towards our head. Just one straight line, then they will be from the center of the line in the same, like in this with the same distance. I don't think like today that is going to be stable. Okay, so let's do vinyasa because I don't think like if I say then breaking again, say breaking. It's like breaking our flow. Okay, let's do another thing.
We heard most of what you said.
Does anybody know that? Okay, you got most of what I said.
I mean, it's breaking
Okay,
up a
just
little bit,
leave,
but we heard.
okay, just leave this topic, this chair. We go further into another like we go. Let's go to the vinyasa class because it's going to be hard because I cannot see you and sometimes it's getting blur. Sometimes I'm hearing you, sometimes you're not hearing you. Okay, so let's do vinyasa. Does anybody know vinyasa? How do we like instruct? How are we going to form that vinyasa class for 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Anyone?
Yeah, it's moving. It's movement with the breath.
Okay, if you know, so please, she is going to lead today's class because internet is not stable here from my side. So it's better to utilize this time and make the best out of it. Yes, Ro, would you like
Sure, sure.
to start class? Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Do you want me to start with the sun
Thank you very much.
salutations or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
anything?
yeah. Start with the sun salutation or then Vinyasa flow.
All right then. The Ashtanga one or the Hatha one? Maybe Ashtanga then. We've been doing that already. Is that okay for everybody? All right. Let's work it, guys. Can you all hear me? Yeah, okay. My microphone is all the way there. All right, so coming to the top of your mat, feet together, big toes touching, hands on either side, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, take it up, hands above your head. Exhale, bringing the hands on either side of the feet, forward bend. Inhale, looking halfway up, back straight. Exhale, planting the hands down, jumping or stepping into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale out here, looking at the navel, engage the 𝐒𝐥𝐻𝐸 breath. You want to make sure that your heels are touching the floor and your back is straight and your shoulders are rolling outward. One more breath. Inhale, exhale, looking forward, step or jump to your hands. Inhale, looking up, straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, inhale, hands up above your head. Exhale, samasthiti. And again, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands either side of your feet, forward fold. Inhale, straight back, look straight ahead of you. Exhale, jump or step back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. You want to hear the Ujjayi breath, the sound of an ocean. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Back nice and straight. Let your head hang. Your navel, your gaze in towards your navel. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale. Now looking towards your hands. Jump or step towards your hands. Straightening the legs, straightening the back, forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, bringing the hands up above the head. And exhale, samasthiti. And again, inhale, hands up above the head. Exhale, forward bend. Exhale, looking straight ahead. Inhale, exhale, jumping or step back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3 more breaths. Last breath. Inhale, looking forward, jump or step to your hands. Inhale, looking straight ahead, back straight. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, bringing the hands up above the head. Exhale, hands to top to your side for the samasthiti. And again, inhale, hands up above your head. Exhale, Uttanasana, bringing your hands down, forward fold. Inhale, straight, looking straight ahead, back straight. Exhale, planting the hands down, jump or step back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Making sure the knees haven't bent. Try and keep them straight, but if you are feeling any strain, then you can have a slight bend in the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Looking forward. Jump or step to your hands. Coming up. Looking straight ahead. Back straight. Legs straight. And then exhale. Forward bend. Inhale. Hands up above your head. Exhale. Samasthiti. Last one. Inhale. Hands up above your head, looking at your thumb. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, looking straight ahead, back straight. straight, legs straight. Exhale, jump or step into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Surrender to the pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Jump or step to your feet. Straighten the legs, straighten the back. Gazing forward, then exhale, forward bend. Inhale, hand up above the head. Exhale, Pranasiti. We'll do 3 rounds of sun salutation each. So, Utkatasana, chair pose we just done, bending at the knees, and hands up above. You can get the hands to touch, that's good. But if you have a gap in between your hands, that's also okay. Exhale, curry forward fold. Inhale, gazing straight ahead. Exhale, jump or step back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Raising the right leg up, bringing the right hand in between your hands, thumping the back foot onto the floor, raising both hands up. You can look at your thumb. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. The other foot, left foot up in the air. Bring the left foot between the hands. Raising both hands up, back leg on the floor. Look towards your thumb. Inhale, and then exhale, release the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold it here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can feel all the points of contact on the floor. Your hands, your feet, toes, heels, fingers, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, last one, inhale, looking forward, exhale, jump or step to your hands, straighten the back, straighten the legs, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands up above the head, exhale, I beg your pardon, Utkatasana, and then exhale, Pranasiti. Obviously, second round, Utkatasana, inhale, exhale, forward fold, inhale, straighten the back, gazing forward, exhale, planting the hands down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing the right leg up, bringing your right leg in between your fingers, your hands, coming into warrior one. Now bringing it into warrior B. So look into warrior B. Gazing the hands, coming back into warrior one. And then release, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, left leg in the air. Bring the left leg in between the hands. Raising the hands up into warrior one. Exhale into warrior B. A couple of breaths here. Inhale. And then exhale, bringing the hands back down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Take 5 breaths here. Recover. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. More breath. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Looking forward. Step or jump to your hands. Straighten the legs. Straighten the back. Look forward. Exhale. Uttanasana. Forward. Inhale. Exhale. Hands up above the head. Inhale. Exhale. Into Uttanasana. Exhale. Well done. Final round. 7 final. Uttanasana. Inhale. Try and see if you can get your chair slightly lower this time. Push yourself. Exhale. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Inhale. Straighten the back. Look forward. Planting the hands down. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Bringing the right leg up. Planting the right leg in between the hands. Come up into warrior B. Now bringing the right hand onto the knee, onto the right knee, raising the left hand above your head. And you just want to gaze past your armpit to the ceiling. Straighten the right leg now and bring the right hand to grab the right foot coming into Trikonasana. So Dasma, you want to see if you can roll your left shoulder back. See if you can roll your left shoulder back 5 feet. Trikonasana, very good. Coming out of Trikonasana into warrior B, straight, bend your right knee again. Now we're going to come forward slightly. See if you can place your right elbow, your right hand underneath your right foot and grab your right hand behind and twist. If this is too difficult, you can put your right hand next to your right foot and raise your left hand up. Well done, Kate. Very good, Valerie. Good job, Matt. Very good way. Excellent. So very, very gently, just hold it here. When you're in this position, you want to gently rotate your left shoulder back. And gently come out of this posture into warrior B. Very good. Chaturanga Dandasana, bringing both hands down, right leg back. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. same on the other side. Raising the left leg up, bringing the left leg into warrior B. Warrior B. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Remember to keep the Ujjayi breath going. Now rest your left elbow on your left knee. Raise your right hand up above your head, looking past your right armpit. Coming back into warrior B. Straighten your left foot, your left leg, sorry. Now bending towards your left side, bringing your right hand down to Trikonasana. If you grab your shin, your foot, your toes, it's all okay. And looking at your right side. Or attempting to look at your right side. Take a few breaths here. Now coming into warrior B. Now do the same on the other side. If you can get your right elbow, your right shoulder underneath your left shoulder underneath your left leg, and bringing the right hand to meet your left, and grabbing your right wrist, and rotating your right shoulder and looking towards the ceiling. Hold it here. Very good, Jasmine. Slowly coming out of this posture into warrior B. And then bringing both hands down. Exhale to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold it here. Take some breaths to recover. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Looking forward, jump or step. Straighten the legs, straighten back, look forward. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, hands up above the head. Exhale, inhale, Uttanasana. And then exhale, Samasthiti. Just give yourselves a twist on either side. We'll do a little bit of balancing. So we'll do tree pose. So we'll start with the right foot. If you need to use a wall, you can. You need to use a wall balance with your left hand. So if you want to go with your toes on the floor, touching the floor, just like I'm doing now, this is okay. Or if you want to bring it all the way up, that's okay. The only thing that's not okay is to put the foot on the knee joint. You don't want to put the foot on the knee joint. If you have it on the shin, that's okay. If you have it on the side, that's also okay. Find your balance first. I'll show you from the side as well. See how my leg is forward. You want to try and move that back. So it's in one straight line. It's like if you had a plane of glass or a wall, you would be straight. So find your balance. When you found your balance, you have hands in prayer position. you're comfortable here, you can bring the hands up. The tree can grow some branches. Can't see my hands. I've got them up. Only if you have balance. If this is very easy, you might want to close your eyes. Test your balance. Struggle with that. Now very gently, place your right hand on your right knee and see if you can lift the left hand up and twist to the side. Feeling the twist, you're feeling the stretch in your left foot, the left foot. If you come out of the posture, it's completely fine. Come back in whenever you're ready. And coming back, hands in prayer position, and then release the posture. We want to release the posture the way we got into the posture. And we'll do the same on the other side. So if your foot is on the floor, on the shin, in your inner side, that's okay. And it's also okay if one side is stronger than the other side. That's normal. That's okay. Your hands are in prayer. If it's difficult to have in prayer, which I think everybody's okay with, you can have your hands out here like this for balance. Your hands are in prayer position. Bring them up. Very slowly. You want to maintain the posture. And then you might want to have either gap in the hands or the hands together in prayer position. Very gently bring your left hand on your left knee. See if you can lift your body up and then twist your right hand towards the towards the left arm. And very, very gently coming back down in prayer position. Releasing the foot very gently. I'll do one. How are we doing? Okay? Okay? Alright. Do another posture with everyone. Okay. So, we have 5 minutes. Alright, I'll tell you what, we will do another posture. So, and then we will cool down after. So, everybody stand. It's a bit challenging. So, actually, we'll just keep it simple. So we will just have the hand up, and I was going to do a different one, maybe another time, just because of the time. So if you go facing forward on your mat, some way, and you can take the the left hand, pushing the left knee towards the left side. Now it would be easier if the foot is pointed, the right foot is pointed. And you want to lift your body, then twist towards the back wall. And if you can have your right hand start looking backwards, that's good. That would be good. You're feeling the stretch in your side. You're comfortable here, right? If you want to challenge yourself, and we will put up. And the balance. Holding it here. Just 2 more breaths. So coming back down very gently. You might just want to give your hips a bit of a shake. And shake out your legs a little bit. And then we'll do the other side, left side. I'll do it facing me. So bringing the left knee up. Try to see if you can have it 90-degree angle, parallel to the floor. With your right hand on the outer side of your knee, raise the body up first, then twist to look towards the back. It's not essential to go all the way to the back. The main thing is to find the balance first. And then if you can, twist your shoulder, rotate your shoulder, your left shoulder back, and look towards the back. Look towards your front. And again, if this is or challenge yourself, hands in the foot. And just finding the balance. The most important thing. 2 more breaths here. And exhale, coming down. Now come to the tops of your mat. Bring the hands on your either side on the seat. Bring the hands up above your head. Exhale, bringing them down. Forward fold. So inhale, looking forward. Back straight, leg straight. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then drop the knees as wide as your mat, coming down into child's pose. Surrender your head, relax your whole body. And take a few breaths here. Bringing your arms to the right side, just walking your hands slightly to the right side, and just giving yourself a final stretch on your left side, your left oblique. Then returning your hands to the center, drop the hips. And then doing the same, finding the stretch, walking your hands to the left side, feeling the stretch on your right hand side of your waist. Drop the head. And then bringing the hands back into both pose. Coming up very slowly, walking your hands up. Bring your knees together into Vajrasana. Now, sit on one side and extend your legs into Dandasana. Place your hands in front of you and very, very slowly come down into lying position. Lying on your back. Now, bending at the knees. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Give your knees a hug and roll from side to side very, very gently. Then final pose, raising your hands, your legs up, grabbing at the outside of your feet, coming into happy baby. Happy baby. You might want to give your baby a little sway, a little rock. And then gently release the posture, bending at the knees, bringing the knees down, extending the legs, straightening the legs, bringing the feet as wide as the mat. Release your hands and come into Shavasana. And just take a few breaths here in Shavasana. Closing the eyes. feel the body melt into the ground, into the floor, surface behind you, beneath you. Very, very gently bending at the knee. Bring your right hand, drop your knees on your left hand side. Make a cushion with your hand. Come up, that's okay. And then coming up very, very gently into a comfortable sitting position. Keep your eyes closed. And we'll do 1 Om and 3 Shanti just to seal the practice. So inhale for Om. Om. Bowing down to your practice, thanking your body, thanking your space, thanking yourself, thanking the universe. Raising your head up, gently blinking the eyes open, and namaste.
Thank you, Ru. That was so good.
Oh, good, good.
You're a pro.
Well done. That was ace. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. I like the.
Thank you. Thank you. It was really great. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
you're welcome.
Sorry for my English. That's why I don't speak a lot with you, because I'm ashamed of my English. So I can
Your
understand.
English is perfect. We understand
You're
you.
so cute. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day, everyone.
Take care. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, Ray and Ray's dog.
Corby.
I like all the cats and dogs in the background. I think I saw
I've noticed that. Yeah, some
I
people
know.
got cats. It's great, isn't it?
And Valerie
Union
as
with the
well.
animals.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Look at that.
Cute.
Toby, can you see? Can you see that doggy?
I
Can you
have
see?
one also.
You can
He's
see.
old. I fostered.
You're left out. Jealous.
Bye guys, take care. See you
Bye,
soon.